Good morning. Welcome to the WEX Wakeup for Friday, June 2nd. I'm Christy Matino. Our top story this morning, the Senate has passed a debt ceiling bill just in time before the expected default.
On this vote, the yeas are 63, the nays are 36. The 60-vote threshold having been achieved, the bill is passed.
Those on both sides of the aisle were unhappy with the overall agreement, but regardless, Senator Chuck Schumer praised the legislation, saying the vote prevented a catastrophe.
Default was the giant sword hanging over America's head.
The deal was struck with the aim of gaining support from both sides, so it allowed Republicans to insist on several policy changes and to say they succeeded in reducing some federal spending. But for the Democrats, they were able to keep legislation on clean energy, healthcare, and infrastructure intact. The spending cuts in the bill will reduce deficits by $1.5 trillion over the course of a decade. And President Biden took a fall on stage after handing out diplomas at the U.S. Air Force Academy graduation. He then received help from Air Force officials and Secret Service who helped him stand back up fairly quickly. Biden pointed to a sandbag that was on stage that he tripped over when he fell. White House Communications Director Ben LeBolt tweeted out that Biden is fine, but Trump was quick to take aim.
I hope he wasn't hurt. But the whole thing is crazy. You got to be careful about that. You got to be careful about that because you don't want that. Even if you have to tiptoe down a ramp, you got to tiptoe.
Biden is the oldest president in United States history. And the Senate has voted to repeal Biden's student loan plan. Senators Joe Manchin, John Tester, and Kristen Sinema all joined Republicans to pass this measure. That bill, House Joint Resolution 45, invokes the Congressional Review Act that would be able to undo the president's plan to cancel $10,000 in federal student loan debt from borrowers who are making less than $125,000. The bill passed the House of Representatives last week, and it's now headed to Biden's desk, although the president has vowed to veto it. But while the Congressional Review Act resolution is doomed with that veto pen, the fate of the president's signature policy is also far less certain. Legal challenges have plagued that proposal since it was brought forth last year. The Supreme Court heard oral arguments in 2 cases challenging the legality of the plan. Another case is expected before the end of June. And that's the news on the WEX Wake Up. Be sure to follow us online and on social media so you stay in the know of all those headlines trending in politics.